Hello, everybody, and welcome into Gambling Goals. I'm not currently speaking with Prospector Sam. This is just an open flame on the other side of the camera from me. He is so hot right now. Everything he touches catches fire. He began the season 5-0, okay? Usually, if you win more than you lose, you're doing pretty well. If you never lose, you're doing really well. Once again, he's Prospector Sam. You can find him on Twitter at Prospector_Sam. I am your host, Mitch CARR. You can find me on Twitter at MitchCarrTV. When you're watching all of your picks go right, what is that feeling like? It must feel like Kobe when he's looking at the rim and he's in the zone. It's just like throwing the basketball into an ocean.
It's one of those days that, it's obviously not going to happen like that all the time, but when it does, it feels good. And, you got to just soak it up. Let's try to keep it up and see if we can do a little more for our viewers.
The fact that you're picking from so many leagues is incredible. You had a pick from La Liga. You had a couple of picks from the Premier League. You had a pick from the Championship. And you had a pick from the Bundesliga. And so that is incredibly impressive. And we're doing that again this week, but we're going to start with the Premier League again. You really like Chelsea this weekend. Tell me about that pick.
This Chelsea team is very good. They're only getting better now with Lukaku coming in, whether or not he plays this weekend. But they are just a far better team. They have a spectacular defense, obviously. That's been their calling card. And they're, scoring goals at least. Timo Werner might get a little bit better, but overall, if they're getting goals like they did out of Marcus Alonso last weekend, it's going to be hard to beat them. And really, Arsenal just are kind of a mid-table club right now. They'll still be fairly comfortable. They'll win a lot of games, but I think the gap in talent is so big between them and Chelsea right now that this game really shouldn't be quite so low on the money line. I mean, minus 125 is basically standard odds for Chelsea to win this game. I know it's at Arsenal. But I really just don't see this being all that close of a matchup. I think it probably should be somewhere around the 160, 170 number to get Chelsea minus 125 for the quality they have relative to Arsenal. I think is great money here.
When you told me who you were picking in the next match, I said you made the team up. And that's because that team is from the Danish Superliga. You said you watch a disgusting amount of soccer, and I'm starting to believe you. Sam, what Danish Superliga pick do you bring us?
I don't necessarily bet Danish Superliga games all the time, but if I see, the right pick, I take it. This week, I'm looking at RANDERS and AALBORG. RANDERS is a team that you may have heard of. They kind of regularly make it into the lower ends of the European Conference or Europa League and into those early stages. AALBORG is a team you have not heard of, and there's a reason you have not heard of them. It is because they are terrible. They are fifth in the league right now, though, mostly buttressed by the fact that they have 2 wins in their first 4 games, both against the second to last and last place teams. Randers is first place. They're winning games fairly comfortably, and you're getting them at home about plus 130 to win this game against AALBORG. I think you're getting great value here. It's one of those games that, might just be kind of skewed because people don't give a damn about Danish soccer and those lines aren't moving correctly, which, to be fair, is probably the truth. There aren't a lot of people who care enough to check out lines like this, and I'm digging pretty deep to go for this one. But I think, for the best team right now, between them and a couple other teams, perennial top of the league in the Danish Superliga, I think this is great value for a home game for Randers against AALBORG.
So one more time, for those of you who aren't regular followers of the Danish Superliga, the pick is the Randers money line against AALBORG. It's at plus 135. So you're getting a top table side versus a mid-table side, and you're getting plus odds on that one. That's a good one. We continue our tour of Europe with Ligue 1. My wife speaks French. She says it's not Ligue 1 or un, it's Ligue 1. So what is your pick for Ligue 1?
Unfortunately, as you can tell by the costume, I'm not all that cultured. I'm a little bit trashy, but that's fine. I'll go where the picks take me. And I've been fairly successful so far this year in Ligue 1, Ligue 1.
Ligue 1.
You can feel the pretentiousness exuding from your mouth. And I'm going back to a pick that I like here, which is the over in the Nice Marseille game. I know I'm really not that cultured, if you can't tell. I've never been to France, shockingly.
New rule: if you can't pronounce the teams, you can't pick the games.
Not true at all. In fact, that is the opposite of the fact. But clearly I have not been to France. There's reason for that. I don't make it through customs very often. It's fine.
It's really hard to get through customs with a pickaxe, isn't it?
I actually was supposed to have a pickaxe today. I'm not gonna lie. I ordered one on Amazon and it didn't make it, and I'm very upset about it. It got back ordered. I don't know how a foam pickaxe gets back ordered because who the hell's ordering it, but apparently it did. So
there's a huge Venn diagram crossover between the people that are betting on Danish Superliga games and the people that are ordering foam pickaxes from Amazon. Unfortunately, the market is clogged. All right, so hold on a second. Let's get back on track. The match is Nice and Marseille, and you like the over, right?
I like the over, yeah. So we saw last week, Nice actually has a pretty talented offense. They put four away on Lille in their game against the reigning French champions. They pretty much manhandled them the entire time, and they're playing a Marseille team who really are very happy to get aggressive. Their first two games in Ligue have been 3-2 and 2-2. The one concern in this game, obviously, is that Nice hasn't given up a goal yet in Ligue 1 this year. I think, obviously that's not going to keep up. I think this Marseille team is going to push them a little bit more. Nice at home is going to want to, go for more goals, knowing that they're probably not going to be able to win with a single goal. And if you're getting even odds here, which is the number right now, I think the money's right for it. I think, you can't go wrong in a Marseille game with going with the over, and I think these two teams both kind of play towards a higher scoring event right now.
And just like we did last week, we don't have time to discuss all 5 of Prospector Sam's picks right here, but we do want to give them out because the man's on fire. So another Premier League pick for you. He's got Brentford and Crystal Palace. He has that going over. That one is plus 135. And then continuing again our tour of Europe in Serie A, he's got Juve and Udinese. I think that's how we say it. Last week it was Bochum. This week it's Udinese. But he has both teams to score, and that one is currently at minus 110. These odds are current as of Tuesday, according to Bovada. So the 5 picks we have for you: Brentford and Crystal Palace over 2.5 goals at plus 135. Chelsea money line against Arsenal, that's at minus 125. Nice in Ligue 1. Nice and Marseille, that goes over 2.5 goals, is the pick. That's even. Randers and AALBORG in the Danish Superliga at plus 135. And again, in Serie A, Juve and Udinese, both teams to score at minus 110. If you're looking for more explanations on those 2 that we didn't discuss here, that's okay. Prospector Sam writes for dimers.com. It was one of the hottest articles on the website last week. You too can join in on the fun. You too can make money from Prospector Sam's gambling picks. This has been Gambling Goals. I'm your host, Mitch CARR. You can find me on Twitter at MitchCarrTV. He is Prospector Sam, the man that is molten gold right now. You can find him on Twitter at Prospector_Sam. Please, if you like this content, like, subscribe, share. We'd love all the attention we can get. And if it's just you, we appreciate you too. Thank you for watching.